What's going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll be going over the fixture that dropped last week. I know I'm a little bit late, but with Christmas and all that sort of jazz. But let's get into it. So before we do get straight into it, of course, follow me on all my social media accounts, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. They're all Swoop Luke. I'm running an Instagram competition at the moment for a huge Christmas giveaway, so be sure to jump onto that. If you are a new Swooper, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you are a returning Swooper, welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining me. Before we do jump in, I want to make mention of this beautiful little framed newspaper that I got made from my brother. So Justin, shout out to you. It commemorates when I was in the paper when we had that Q&A with Paula Curia. So that is absolutely amazing. It'll be the backdrop for these videos from now on. So yeah, Justin, thank you so much for that. But let's get into this fixture. So last week, the AFL fixture for 2022 dropped. Only the first 9 rounds were given dates and times. The rest of the season were given who we're versing, where we're playing them, but no dates and no times. Kind of like last year, the weekend off. So I don't mind this sort of floating fixture that's happening. Obviously, it's happening because of COVID. But if they adopt this going into the new season, look, well, they will adopt it going into the new season, but I actually don't mind it at all. Yes, we would love to know exactly when we're playing. We make our weddings work around that, our birthday parties or whatever it may be. So that's cool as well. But look, I don't really mind the floating fixture. I've got nothing else on. So let's just get into the fixture drop. All right. And we'll go through some of these comments as well. So these are from my Instagram page because, look, shout out to the Collingwood media team. I think they kind of missed the mark with the graphics. If you haven't seen it, I'll pop it up on screen right now. Kind of looks like barcodes that everyone's been saying. So I did a little bit differently. So let's get into it and hopefully you like it. So, a bit more colourful. Round 1, we verse St Kilda at Marvel on a Friday night. Awesome, we got the first Friday night game, which is pretty good. It's at Marvel. Look, everyone hates Marvel. I don't mind it. It's easy to get to. If it's raining, the roof's open. The roof's closed if it's raining and stuff like that. It does get really hot in there though, so that's a detriment. But like I said, easy to get to. Southern Cross Station. Bang. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. You're there. That's going to be a good game. I think we're kind of the same skill level. I honestly think we're going to win. I think I said here that we're going to win. Oh, no, in a post before. I think we're going to win by about 26 points. I'm not going to go predicting every sort of game. We're just going to go through it. But I think we're going to win by about 26 points for our first game against St Kilda. So round 2, we're at the MCG. So back home. Our next 3 games we're actually hosting, which is awesome. So round 2, we verse the Adelaide Crows, Saturday, 1:45 p.m. So, mid-afternoon game. Love that. It's going to be sunny, the afternoon sun at the G. Ponsford Sound's going to be popping. Really keen for that one. Then round 3, we've got a Saturday night game against the Geelong Cats at the G as well at 7:25, which again, great time. Absolutely a great time. I love that one. Round 4, we host the Eagles at Marvel Stadium. So that's already 2 Marvel games in the first 4 rounds. Saturday, 4:35. Look, I don't mind that time. So that finishes about, 8 o'clock. Such an awkward time. But, look, any Saturday game is better than a Sunday afternoon game. That's for damn sure. So round 5 is our first interstate game. So we go over to the Gabba. That's Thursday night because it's Easter Thursday that us and the Brisbane Lions have kind of locked in every season. We always have a good game against the Lions, except being that expectation. I think it was last season where we absolutely got pumped by them, but we weren't very good last season. Round 6, back at the G. Essendon's hosting this year's Anzac Day game, 3:20 on a Monday. So make sure you get the Tuesday off as well if you're working. So you can just revel in the win or commiserate the loss in peace without talking to anyone by the water cooler. So the next round, round 7, again at the MCG. So we've got 3 games, rounds 2 and 3 at the MCG, and then round 6, 7, and 8 at the MCG as well. So round 7, Gold Coast come back to the MCG. Remember last year, they absolutely pummeled us. And no one from that team had set foot into the G before. That was one of the most embarrassing losses of last season. We versed them on a Sunday at 10 past 1. Of course, shitty time slot for two mediocre teams going off last season. Round 8, Saturday afternoon, MCG against Richmond. That's going to be huge. Hopefully, Mason Cox kicks another bag against Richmond. We know that they can't man up on him too well, but that'll be a really good game. These last couple of years has always been a good game against Richmond. That can go either way. Round 9, we take on the runners-up, the Western Bulldogs. Look, this one had a lot of people up on their toes because I know that we have to host Marvel games, and I get that. That's fine. It's a part of the deal. Look, we are never going to play every single home game at the MCG, just like Richmond are going to play every single home game, or Hawthorne, or Geelong are going to play every single home game at Cardinia Park. So, I don't mind going to Marvel, but what I don't like is that where it's our home game against the team that calls Marvel home. So, look, there's not really a home ground advantage when you're playing in Melbourne, but it just doesn't sit right with me, and a lot of the other supporters as well didn't like it. So that should just be an away game for us, and we should host Gold Coast at Marvel, or West Coast Eagles, or we are versing West Coast at Marvel, right? Yeah, okay. Or we should verse Brisbane at Marvel like we did last season. So something like that. And now from rounds 10 to rounds 23 is when the dates and the times are TBA, but everything else is good to go. So round 10, we go over to Perth, Optus Stadium. We verse Justin Longmire's, God damn it, Justin Longmuir's. I'll get it right one day. Fremantle Dockers. Round 11, we're back at the G to verse Carlton, our arch rivals. Now remember that the ledger is squared again. I think we're on 138 wins each. We've done well to peg it back over the last 10 or so years since Carlton have been super shit house. But get a chance to go at it again. Hard to tell what's going to happen, which Collingwood is going to turn up next season. I think it's going to be a really good one. Carlton as well, new coach with Michael Voss. But we know Carlton, they're a bunch of wooden spoon pretenders, so we'll see how they go. Round 12, Hawthorne, Sam Mitchell's Hawthorne. Hawthorne have always been our bogey side under Alistair Clarkson. Can we finally start getting the wood over them with Sam Mitchell? They did wreck us. Was it the last game or the second last game last season as well? So they have been our real bogey side. Hopefully we can start turning the ledger on that as well. Round 13, we take on the Premiers in one of two games against Melbourne, which I think is absolutely shithouse. 17th team plays the Premiers twice, and North Melbourne once. How is that fair? Round 14 is our bye, and here you can see I say NSYNC, #NSYNC. Round 15, the Giants at the G. Again, like Hawthorn, the Giants have just been our bogey side in the last few years, which is, classic Giants. I'll never forget that 2019 prelim. Round 16, up at Metricon Stadium to verse the Suns. So we just versed them in round 7, so that's 9 weeks prior to this game. What I don't like about the fixture is that we double up on teams before we verse the rest of the competition. Like, we hadn't versed North Melbourne before, but we versed Gold Coast twice before we versed North Melbourne. But anyway, I'm not the fixturing boss. I can't dictate those terms. 17 against 18th place North. I still think they're going to be around the bottom 4, so, that should still be a decent game. Round 18, we go to Adelaide Oval to verse Adelaide for the second time as well this season. Again, same with the Suns. We haven't versed all of the other teams before we versed Adelaide twice. Classic. And then we have a run going home. So from rounds 19 to rounds 23, we have a 5-game... Oh, no, that says SCG. So from rounds 19 to 21, we have a 3-game MCG spree. Once at the SCG and then back at the MCG for round 23. So round 19, we double up on Essendon again. That's at the G. Round 20, we verse the Kmart Collingwood Port Adelaide Power. at the MCG. We know we lost to them at the G last season by a point. Round 21, we versed the Premiers again at the G. Round 22, surprise, surprise, we versed Sydney at the SCG, which is, oh well, death taxes and Sydney in Sydney. It's been, I think the last time we played Sydney down here was 2013 or 2014. So, it's just ridiculous. Travel down to the MCG, mate. SCG sucks, but nah, it is what it is. I'm sure it must be some sort of agreement. And then round 23, this is huge. This might be one of the biggest fixtures that we've had in a long time. Carlton Collingwood round 23. I only say that because round 23 in recent years has come down to you could make or break the top 8 with that round 23 last game. And if we're having a crappy season and we're not going to make the top 8, but Carlton are, I would love nothing more than that round 23 game to be a win for us, obviously, but to also knock Carlton out and not have them vie for that last spot in the top 8. That would be chef's kiss, perfection. So just rounding it up, we played twice: Carlton, Melbourne, Essendon, Suns, and Adelaide. That I forgot to add here. The MCG games, we have 14 games at MCG, 3 at Marvel, 11 home games, and 5 interstate games. So that's really good. Our fixture does look really, really good. Look, after rounds 10 to 23, or sorry, not round 23, because that's just a floating fixture as well. From rounds 10 to 22, we're not going to know, how many Sunday games or anything like that. When we do know that, I will make another video. But with our opponents, the way they're kind of placed, how our MCG games kind of stack up, I think that's a pretty good fixture. It's hard to assess, we won the fixture, or we lost the fixture, we got the hardest fixture. I think it's pretty decent. Let's just look at these first 6 rounds. You could go win against the Saints, win against Adelaide, win against Geelong, loss against West Coast, loss against Lions, and beat Essendon. So you could look at 4 wins, 2 losses to start your season. That's being really optimistic. Again, so far out, don't know how the team's going to be playing, but there's just a quick consensus on that. But look, I really like this fixture. I'd love for you guys to let me know your thoughts on the fixture. Just give it a rating from A to F. I'd actually give it a B+. I think it's pretty good. I would love to play Sydney in Melbourne. I would love to verse North Melbourne twice. I would love to verse Melbourne once. And other than that, I think it's pretty good. Look, I'd even like to verse Richmond twice, to be honest. Just to look, I love a Collingwood Richmond game ever since that 2018 final. They've been so good. All right, so now let's read some of these comments. Almost Blues Brothers says 2 games in 2022, 2 wins to pencil in for the Baggers in 2022. Ridiculous. And then I've said, screenshot that, so when you lose both, I've got receipts. So that's going to be funny if they do lose even one of them. Ricky H9 says, I'd much rather play Sydney each year there, so in Sydney, than West Coast in Perth. That's pretty true. West Coast in Perth is a hard game to play. This one's got 35 likes. Johnny Al-Khalil says, much better graphics compared to Collingwood. So I think I was just appreciative and said thank you. Yep, said thank you for that, which is pretty good. That's a good compliment. Thank you so much. Missed this one. Jason Del Socorro says, I thought they did the fixture in a 4-4-5-5, as in if you finish top 4, you verse 2 from top 4 twice, then 1 from all the other sections twice. Why are they doing it where they split the ladder up into 3 groups of 6? I feel as if the skill level drops a lot between these groups, only helps the top of each group. That's exactly right. That's a lot of math and a lot of thinking, but on the base, that sounds pretty good. Well, pretty correct, sorry. Played twice in Adelaide. Nick Buswell is excited. Marvel, Vomit Face. Why do we always verse Sydney at the MCG? Does someone have an answer? Okay, that was just someone explaining versing. Okay, that's just like, okay, cool. We haven't played these twice for years. Now they want the big show in town twice. Yep, classic. They want all the gate money, The last, we only played them at the big freeze, and now we got them twice. Why on earth are we playing Melbourne twice? I'd much rather play Richmond twice. Exactly what I said. Another year and another fixture against the Swans in Sydney. And then Rob J83 says 6 to 10 wins. I had us going 4 in the first 6 rounds. So I think that's pretty manageable. 6 to 10 wins. Look, I do see us going off the top of my head, finishing anywhere between this is very optimistic, very early, 8th to 13th. I see us having a big leap in the standings. So anyway, Swoopers, this has just been my fixture drop, talking about the fixture, where I think it stands, how I think we will go. As always, love to know your thoughts down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers, I'll swoop you later.